Well, train cuts off my path. Thought I'd be stuck for a long time, but actually not too bad. Load updates, Rusty, and more on this episode of
The Clutch Trucker Channel.
Clutch Trucker, filmed before a live and fuzzy studio audience. Yep, that's Rusty, the world-famous meatball dog. Hey YouTube, Clutch Trucker here. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of the Clutch Trucker Channel. Alright, not a lot to show you tonight. I was just wanting to do an update. It's been a few days. Last video you saw, I was on my way back up to Glen Rock to pick up the lignite, which I did. This is a weekend load, so I pick up on Friday, doesn't deliver till Monday. Have a little more time to deal with on that one. So I was able to get a 34 off in Plankinton, South Dakota at the Coffee Cup fuel stop. One of my favorite places to park there. It's not really all that busy. There's always parking, fairly quiet, and I can get my Dakota Toms. The Dakota Toms Mega Subs, I love them. They're made in Corsica, South Dakota, just south of Plankinton, and they're awesome. They use quality meats and everything, but they were out. I know! But they did have the hoagie, smaller version of that one, and they had the Dakota Toms double cheeseburger. I'd never had one of those. I can tell you though, it was actually very good. For a pre-made cheeseburger from a convenience store at $4.49, not bad. It was good. Yeah, I bought another one the next day. That tells you there. Anyway, so yeah, we picked up the lignite. Did not have the overweight issue like I did last time because I didn't have all the ice and snow built up all over the truck and trailer. We were fine going through the weigh station in Lusk. They waved at me. Lovely lady who works in there. She's always very pleasant. And like I say, made it to Plankinton Friday night, late, about midnight. Then I worked on all my maintenance reports that I needed to get for Elliot and Helen for L on Wheels. And that took like 4 hours. And by the time I woke up then Saturday afternoon, I'm like, yeah, I don't have enough time to make it now to Plover to do my 34 there. So I just stayed in Plankinton, did that. Those of you new to trucking don't know, 34 reset means if you do 34 hours in a row off, either off duty or in the sleeper or a combination of the two, then you get your full 70 hours for the week back. So that then if you know you're going to be running hard again, which I might be next week, then that gives you plenty of hours to do that. You just have to do 34 hours in a row, and I hate them because they're too long. So my 34 was up around 10 a.m. or so Sunday morning. Didn't get going until almost 1. It's one of the reasons I hate the 34s. It's an odd time period. Because, you know, like I say, when I got parked Friday night, midnight, well, then I worked for 4 hours. Then I went to bed like 5 a.m. Well, obviously I didn't get up till like, 2 p.m. Well, now it was too late to do that, to drive and do the 34 in Plover. So now I just had to try to get back to bed as quickly as possible. I was back in bed maybe by midnight or so. So yeah, I wasn't ready to roll at 10 a.m. yet. But anyway, we made it work and stopped in at the new Quick Trip in Worthington, Minnesota. Got myself a shower, and you notice you've never seen this color shirt before. What would you call this? A burnt orange? A rust? This was one of my Christmas presents for my wife. And yes, it looks like all my other shirts because I'm stuck in my ways. I'm an old fuddy-duddy. I found the shirts I like. I want a pocket over here where I can put pins and other stuff in. I don't like them to really be too tight on me. This is what I like, all right? It's a new one. She got me some new pants too, and those are nice. So, thanking my lovely wife Mary for that. Got a shower there, and then was on my way over here to Plover, Wisconsin tonight, and I filled up. Well, I'll tell you this anyway. There was a train. Let's get into it. Alright, this is one of those just fun situations where I only have 73 miles to go to get to the Quick Trip in Plover, Wisconsin. Just got off I-39, topped off the fuel. Well, I didn't top it off. I added some fuel. Did top off the oil, topped off the coolant, so I don't have to deal with that tomorrow. And just how I figured, I've just got about another hour and 20 minutes before I can get there and get parked and settle in for the night. And then no. Just a few miles from the Quick Trip in Toma, where I just did all that. Highway 21 here in Wisconsin. This is the shorter cutoff over towards I-39 to get up towards Plover and then get to my delivery in Rothschild tomorrow. And look what's happening. Nothing! There's a train at the crossing right up here that is not moving at all. I've been here at least 5 minutes so far, and it's not moving. So instead of knocking down my drive time, which really isn't too much of a concern, I just put myself on duty, not driving, and just put in a notes train. So at least not taking down my drive time. But this has happened to me a few times in my 14 years of driving, and there's been a couple of them where I sat there for an hour or more. So seeing as how this train is not moving at all, I'm a little worried of how long I'm going to be stuck here. Of course, this is a 2-lane road. No way for me to turn around. So I'm kind of stuck. Alright, train did start moving, and now you can see the engines coming across, so hopefully that's the end of it. Actually, not as bad as I thought. I thought I was going to be stuck here like a half hour or more. It's actually only been probably a total of about 10 to 15 minutes, somewhere in there. Not bad, so. Alright, so I guess I did a little bit too much bitching too soon. It's okay, we gotta move on. Yeah, I was so afraid that I've been on smaller highways before and been stuck for, an hour or more. So I was glad it only took 10, 15 minutes. So we made it over here a little bit later than I planned, but not too late. And I love this quick trip here in Plover, Wisconsin. There's always parking available. Drivers, you're ever coming up I-39 in Wisconsin, you're looking for a place to park, come here to the quick trip in Plover, always parking available. Grass for Rusty. And then that's where things got ugly. Took him out, let him do his thing, bouncing around, happy dog, blah, 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 peeing, pooping, blah, blah, blah. We get back in the truck, and I stopped at the quick trip there in Tomah, Wisconsin, like I said earlier, and topped off, I didn't top off the fuel, added fuel, topped off the oil, topped off the coolant, and I was almost out of dry food for Rusty. So they didn't have the Purina and Credibites. They did have the Pedigree, so I bought that. I'm like, well, maybe he'll like this. It's a nice fresh bag. Fed him that when we got here, and within 15 minutes, he comes up on my leg over here. I say, hello, Rusty, how you doing? Goes down to the floor and immediately hurls it all up. Because he had eaten it up, happy, and I'm like, oh, you really like that? Well, apparently it didn't sit well with him. Yeah, and then he went over to his pet bed that's tucked behind, between the passenger seat and the door. He likes to sit down there sometimes while I'm driving. That's kind of his little private space. And he ended up throwing up some more on that. That's why I always keep some extra cheap pet beds in the truck. So then I took him out again, blah, blah, blah. And I gave him some tuna. I always keep tuna on the truck. Sometimes I like to have a tuna sandwich, but mainly for Rusty. Because I've always found if he's ever having pooping issues or diarrhea issues, or like tonight, throwing up issues, give him some tuna, it kind of tends to settle his stomach down. It's like the dog's Pepto. So after I got everything all cleaned up, he did finally eat the tuna. I just gave him some more water after recording the opening and stuff, so gave him his bacon strip. So hopefully he'll keep that all down. I think he'll be good. Tuna's never bothered him. It's, like I said, that's something I always keep on the truck, because it does help him. I know it helps me sometimes. So, if you had a little four-legged guy on the truck with you, and there's diarrhea issues or anything else like that, keep some canned tuna with you. And feed it to the dog. Sometimes it takes a couple, 3 days, but it'll usually kind of clean them out and get their tummy all back in order. So I've found that always works. Straight tuna. Why not? That's my experience with Rusty. All right, like I say, not a lot to show you or talk about or anything else. I could have done some more of my Clutch Trucker Recommends, which I do plan to get to. Just didn't feel like doing that tonight. So just wanted to do a quick update. Here we are parked at the Quick Trip in Plover, Wisconsin. It is, officially now Monday the 29th, because we're past midnight. Got here about 10:30 p.m., something like that, but then did the whole Rusty debacle, yada yada yada. So at any rate, there we are. So I deliver the lignite in Rothschild, Wisconsin tomorrow at Beauregard, USA. Then I'm going to go pick up another cereal load in Northfield, Minnesota Monday afternoon, and that goes to Cheyenne for a Wednesday morning 5 a.m. delivery. I'll get a run by and say hi to the family real quick, probably Tuesday night. And then I got to shoot back up to Glen Rock, Wyoming to pick up the Lignite again for Wednesday. I have a window until 3 p.m. To pick that up, and that'll deliver on Friday, which would be because today is the 29th. All right, so I pick up that one on the 31st. That'll deliver on Friday, the 2nd. And remember, February is this is a leap year, so we have 29 days for February this year. So I don't have anything booked past that, but I'm sure I'll get something back if I need to go that direction. We'll just see. So there's what's happening. Well, thanks for tuning in for that one. Don't think we'll be out buying that pedigree again, huh? Yeah. Good going down, nasty coming up, right, Rusty? Mm-hmm. All right, thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe, please like and comment. Get to your comments as soon as I can. Sometimes takes a few days because I'm a working truck driver. Clutch Trucker on Instagram, Clutch Trucker on Twitter, X, whatever the hell they're calling it now. Clutch Trucker 5 on TikTok, where I've tried to put Rusty stuff on all three of those. And as always, sniff that magic YouTube fairy dust. Clutch and Rusty, out. Look, gentlemen, what we need is an incentive plan. What we need is a festa of workers. Yeah, what we need is a fish to come by and bite your pecker off. All right, you ready? Are you ready for a bacon strip? I think that's a yes, is it? Is that a yes? Are you ready? Yes? All right, Rusty, there you go. Hopefully these will stay down, huh? You eat them all the time, so I don't think that'll be an issue. Won't be eating that pedigree again, though, I'll tell you that, right? Did not sit well. I understand, Rusty. You're older than I am, buddy, so I get it. It's like I can hardly eat fast food anymore, so if I do, usually it either gets me running to the bathroom or feeling like I'm gonna hurl. So I get it, buddy. I get it. We're old. We're old, Rusty. Oh, yes. He's all over those bacon strips now. Hopefully they'll stay down and hopefully he'll be feeling better. Right, Rusty? All right. Happy dog luck.